Welcome back once again to howtocookwithfood.com. If you haven't already, please click that button and subscribe to our channel. Also, please do take time to click that bell icon just below for notifications. On the menu today, as you can see right in front of you, we're going to make a lovely beef curry, beef and potato curry. It's a kind of slow cooked, beautiful spices. Let's go and take a look at the ingredients that we're going to need. So let's take a look at the ingredients that we're going to be using today. I've left a list of all the amounts and the method below so you can check it there. So potatoes and beef, as you can see, about equal parts, and cubed beef, cubed potatoes, kind of matching. Now with our beef, this is quite a low quality stewing beef. There's nothing wrong with it, it's just that it's a stewer. So we're going to go through a process while we're cooking this to get it nice and tender first. If you're using something like a nice steak or a nice kind of frying prime beef, you can skip the first stage of what we're going to do. Onion, tomatoes. Now always try and use a nice juicy tomato, a nice ripe one, because we want that to create our masala or gravy or sauce. Some fresh cilantro or coriander, some fresh chili. Again, that's up to you how much you want to put in. In here we've got some whole garam masala or whole seeds. I've got cumin seeds, cinnamon, dried chili and cardamom. Powders, always call these the big four, equal parts, about a teaspoon each of turmeric, coriander, chili and cumin powder. We're going to start this off with a touch of oil, add a little bit of salt. We're also going to need water. Okay, so we've got a pot ready here. I've got some oil in there. I'm using a sunflower oil. You could be using something else if you want. Let's drop in our whole seeds into that, and let's just have a little reminder of what they are. Green cardamom pods, cumin seeds, chili and a little bit of cinnamon stick there. You can be playing around with that again if you wanted. Some bay leaves, some black cardamom, fennel seeds, mustard seeds. Huge list and combination of things you can use. And we're just getting some heat through this, letting them do their thing. They're going to infuse that oil. They're going to give that oil a lovely flavour. So really don't skip this step. It's always important in nearly every single curry. Wonderful. Now we're going to go in with our beef. And like I say, my beef here is not the greatest quality. It's a stewer. So we're going to cook this for about 4 minutes, stirring pretty much all the time, then I'll be back. So completely red raw in the centre, it's got a little bit of colour on the outside, and it's now where we're going to do this process with water to tenderise it. So cold water, enough just to cover it there. Turn the heat up, and what we're going to do now is we're going to cook this until the water steams out and evaporates. So it doesn't all have to go, but pretty much all of it. It's probably going to take 10 or 15 minutes, I don't know. But what that would do is, in that time, it's going to really help tenderize our beef. Like I say, if you have a really lovely quality piece of steak or something like that, or some prime beef, you don't need to do this step. But like I say, we've got a little stewer type of beef, so we need to do this process, otherwise you're going to end up with really tough beef. I'll be back when most of the water has gone. Give it a stir every now and then. Okay, so you've seen that process now. Now that really has helped us with this quality of beef. We can move on now. So the first thing I need to do is apologise, because at the beginning I forgot to show you garlic ginger paste. It is in the text below, don't worry, that's correct. It was just my mistake here, so super apologies. In that goes, along with our onion. And now our potatoes. And again, I cut the potatoes in a similar size to the beef. So let's throw this around now on a kind of medium or above medium heat for 4 or 5 minutes. Okay, our next move, let's get some salt in the mix. Then we're going to add the fresh chili. Then let's have a look at the powders again. Now you could be just using a regular curry powder if you want. I call this the big four, which I just use all the time. Equal parts turmeric, coriander, chili and cumin powder. In that goes. And just for 1 to 2 minutes, let's mix this around. Now keep it moving. We don't want our powders to burn. If they burn, they get very bitter. So just keep this moving around. That's probably enough. Then we're going to add in those tomatoes. Like I say, try and use a really nice ripe tomato. To that we're going to add a little bit of water. Now what we want is we're going to stick a lid on this. And what we want is to cook this for 5 or 6 minutes with the lid on. We want those tomatoes to break down, and they'll help, if you've used a nice juicy ripe one that is, to create a nice sauce, gravy or masala. We're not very far away now. I'll see you in about 5 minutes. Okay, let's jump inside and take a look. Let some steam out of there. And as you can see, we've got a lot more moisture than we started with. If you haven't, that means your tomatoes weren't that juicy. You can just add a little bit more now. Okay, we're not adding anything else now. What we're going to do is we're going to lower the heat to a nice simmer. And we now need to cook that for about 10 to 15 minutes maybe. We're looking for the beef to get super tender. Give it a stir every now and then. If it dries out at all, just top it up with a little bit of water. Okay, off goes the heat. Let's take a look now. And that is looking absolutely wonderful. Now, my meat's nice and tender. I checked it just a little bit earlier. Those potatoes, of course, are very, very much cooked. Check that for salt. It's going to be fine for me. Finally, fresh coriander or cilantro, whatever you call that. Give that a mix in. And what we've got is ourselves a nice little beef and potato curry. Hope you enjoy that. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And we'll see you soon. Lots of love.